If you are in any part of the country and have been up to speed with what's happening around the country, the one thing that North India is talking about, Delhi in particular, is the pollution in the city. The capital is woken up to just what was feared, a shroud of deadly toxic haze as the pollution levels have worsened. Air quality has gone down steeply and drastically. At many places, pollution levels were several times more than the permissible limits early in the morning, resulting in low visibility. And in fact, just take a look at those images there on your screen. They really tell the story. This is that time of the year in Delhi when winter is just about setting in, but most people don't even have their woolens out yet. Yes, it's not really cold, except somewhat nippy in the early hours of the morning and late into the night. Yet this is the onset of winter, and those are the images that the capital has been seeing since the morning. Alarm bells ringing loud and clear. Reacting to those images there, the Chief Minister has said that the government could be considering closing schools. He's also sought a meeting with the Environment Minister on this. We're told that the decision on shutting down schools, which is of course what the emergency response has also asked for, should be taken by this evening. So that's of course going to be the very latest on all of that.
सारी चीजों पे विचार कर रहे हैं कि क्या क्या हो सकता है, स्कूल बंद करने से लेके हॉलीडेज पूरे डिक्लेयर करने जो आप बोल रहे हो। लेकिन एक बार सारा पॉल्यूशन डिपार्टमेंट और हेल्थ डिपार्टमेंट की रिपोर्ट्स आ जाए, क्या पार्टिकल है, कितना पार्टिकल है, उसका कितना असर देखा जा सकता है, क्योंकि लोग अल्टीमेटली घर पे भी रहेंगे तो कहीं ना कहीं पॉल्यूशन तो कमरे में भी है। लोग वो सारी जरूरत है, हेल्थ एडवाइजरी की भी जरूरत है, स्कूल बंद करने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, स्कूल भी बंद करेंगे। एक बार मैं सारा साइंटिफिक इसका स्टडी करा लूं, शाम तक कुछ उम्मीद है कि मेरे पास में रिपोर्ट्स आ जाएंगी।
Right, in various places, including India Gate, Path, a word developed by that smog. At many places, pollution levels were several times, like I said, more than what is allowed, what is considered safe for humans. Of course, the worst affected are little children and senior citizens, the elderly. The city's witnessed, not surprisingly, a sharp rise in the harmful air pollutant PM2.5, which results in severe breathing difficulties. The permissible range of this is 60 as per national standards, 25 by international standards. Of course, many times that number across the city today. The question many are asking is whether those emergency measures should kick in now. The question, of course, is now on schools, where children really bearing the brunt in many ways. There is no option but go to school as long as schools are open. The schools have said that they're waiting for a word from the DOE, or that's the Department of the Directorate of Education. Shouldn't these emergency responses kick in when pollution levels hit a certain alarming barrier? That's still the big question, then why isn't it happening? We're now told that there could be a decision, like I said, by this evening. Well, just take a look at those numbers there. You can see those top 5 most polluted areas that are there in Delhi. Just take a look at just how severe it is. So basically, stepping out there when these levels were recorded was hazardous, was just inhaling loads of toxic chemicals, toxic substances, which of course have a huge impact on our health, on our bodies. Of course, nobody, absolutely nobody is spared, and not spared are the VIPs either. Prime Minister's guard of honor with the Belgian monarch, and just take a look at those images there. Toxic air, bad air spares no one, not even the VIPs, as you can imagine, and those are images of the smogged out Rashtrapati Bhavan, even as those VVIPs assemble there. So clearly Delhi not able to put its best foot forward. Meanwhile, the Green Panel has wrapped Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and other parts of northern India for this poor air quality. They want to know, and this is of course what people in the north, especially Delhi of course, are asking, what steps have been taken? What has changed after the brouhaha really of last year, when after Diwali there was big focus on pollution? Protests were held in the city, and there was talk of how we need urgent emergency measures to clean up our air. So what steps really have been taken? Shutting down schools is perhaps step one, but how will we ensure that this is not what plays out again next year? What is the blueprint that the state government governments in the north are going to follow to ensure that citizens are getting a basic right, the right to clean air. Let's now go across to Divya Vadva, who is joining us for more on this. Divya, you've of course been tracking the pollution levels through the morning now. For a change, we're now just around just past 3 in the afternoon. 3 to 5 supposed to be somewhat the cleanest hours. It's all relative, of course, but somewhat cleaner hours than what we've seen. We can tell by the haze much better than what it was a few hours there, but it's still pretty bad, isn't it?
Yes, Natasha, absolutely. Of course, with that sun trickling in, the situation did start to improve. And of course, the hours that they say are the cleanest is somewhere between 11 to 12 in the afternoon, going up to about 3, 4 in the evening. That is the span of time where they say you should exercise, go outdoors, and that's considered safe. But let me tell you that at 11 in the morning, today was a time when Lodi Road recorded its highest levels of PM 2.5. That's when it came to 1,044 points, which means 42 times the WHO standard of it being safe to be outdoors. Now, obviously, we have other areas like DTU. In DTU, the 999 points that we've seen at about 6 in the morning today, which is 40 times the permissible limit, was exactly the amount that was recorded in DTU on the night of Diwali at 12 at night, which was the peak at 1,000 points. So this is as bad as Diwali. This is as bad as it gets. I am feeling the effects of pollution particularly so. My eyes have been watering. I'm feeling like I'm choking as far as Delhi is concerned. You just have to be outdoors for 5 minutes and you feel the effects of pollution. I haven't felt these effects ever before. So this is the worst according to me as far as pollution is concerned. And like you mentioned, what is the blueprint? What can be done? Those emergency measures, those emergency steps they talk about, the GRAP system, that is for days like these. They say that they'll put those emergency measures in place, which means the odd even formula should come back. It means the schools should shut down. It means so many other things, but that hasn't happened. They say that they need a forecast. The forecast is saying that we're going to have fog, that fog that's coming in from Pakistan, that is likely to last for the next 3 days. Visibility levels will be worse than what they were today. It's to about 200 meters as bad as it got in Delhi, but in Amritsar it was even worse, that it came down to about 25 meters at certain stations. So that fog condition that we're seeing in Punjab and Haryana, none of the fog, those fog conditions are seen in Delhi as well. But the farm fires are not bringing in any pollution. The pollution of Delhi is because of its people. It's all the pollution Delhi generates because there's a lockdown. There's a high pressure. There's nothing that's coming into Delhi. There's nothing getting out of Delhi, which means that we need to put a foot down as to the pollution that's being created by Delhi. If we start to put a ban on that, on the amount of cars on the road, and of course the schools that are open and other things like the parking charges, all that needs to come into place right now as of today, because pollution needs to come down. Humidity levels are very high. They're coming in at about 83%. The temperature, like you mentioned, it's warmer than usual. It's 30 degrees in the day, 1 degree more than usual. Minimum temperature is 16 degrees, 2 degrees even warmer than usual. All this will change and become normal after 3 days, which means pollution levels will only start to change 3 days from now. So the government really needs to wake up and start taking those measures.